Good morning. Your chat last week seemed to hit a chord with many. Thank you. It seems when we become out of sorts physically, on top of feeling tired and exhausted, we beat ourselves up quite a bit and all self-love and nurturing goes out the window. Could you talk to us about keeping on top of all these energies, in order to keep the high vibe rolling? Again, thank you. Welcome to you, dear Blossom. Welcome to each and every soul who finds themselves struggling to keep afloat during these times. This indeed, Blossom, shall be a beneficial topic, for there is much more to come. Let us consider that you are not only dealing with the higher, good, loving, energies that are now coming in, yet, also having to contend with the last remaining energies of the darkness that will keep on fighting until they can fight no more. One must ultimately take into consideration programming. We wonder if one fully understands what this involves? Programming is not you. We ask that you comprehend that in its entirety. Programming is not you. And you are intensely programmed. To put it simply, it is not only the intensity of how much this has become you, for you think this is who you are, it is how much it engulfs you in every way you turn. Programming goes much deeper than many of you are aware. Yes, it is in your music, your TV shows, your movies, your marketing. It is in everything. This, many of you get. Yet, that which you find yourselves thinking sometimes, does not come from you. It literally is in the air. For want of a better way of putting it, there is a consciousness of love that is truth. It is the essence of who you are. There is also a consciousness of the opposite. We use the word consciousness as it describes it well and yet, is totally different from the truth essence of love. This darker, debilitating mind control is sent out, directly into your beings. You feel as if your thoughts are yours and yet, they are not. When these thoughts feel not of light love, it sets off a spiraling pattern to bring one into a lower frequency, and if one is unaware, it can cause all sorts of havoc to the self. Take a look at your world and how people behave towards one another. This is not who you are. This is programming designed by the darker forces. Keeping you in the lower frequency enables them to remain in control over you, and yet, at the same time there has to be a light spark remaining within you, as part of their food. Can you explain that a little more? The darkness needs you to have light to some degree. Light is necessary for a human to be. It is what makes one tick, so to speak. So, it is necessary for you to have a certain amount of light life, in order for the darkness to do what they do, to you. Yet, it seems that many have no light at all. That, Blossom, may seem the case regarding souls who have literally made a pact with the darkness for their own personal gain. Yet, we say to you, life is light. Life itself comes from light. Therefore, it is not possible for light to not exist within each and every soul. I find that very surprising. Yet, it is so. Each soul that has fallen to the darkness has a chance to be redeemed. Would that not be the godly thing to do? This could become extensively complicated. A soul cannot die. Therefore, those who have fallen, when passing on, would remain in a state that suits their soul. How long they choose to remain there is up to them. Every soul can be forgiven. Yet, this does not mean they get away with how they have behaved. For we say to you, and it is law, that which you do unto another, you do unto yourselves. That speaks for itself, does it not? That which you put upon another you will feel for yourself. That is torturous enough for the average soul, who has done very little to harm another, for the depth of regret runs deep. Imagine then, for those who have continually, deliberately harmed others beyond the thought capacity of many. No, dearest friends, they do not and will not get away with anything. Yet, and please think on this, it is your love that can bring them home. Yet, believe us when we say, it is a long, long journey of repent and forgiveness of self. A road, not one, would choose, if they knew the consequences. Yet, greed, lust, fame etc. and self-wanting took over reasoning. So, we return to the programming subject. It has much power. Until one becomes aware of it and understands how to push through it and rise above it. We have to begin by saying that the mantra, I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am, is an extremely powerful way to override this programming. The trick is to be aware of how your thoughts are not you. Any thoughts that are not of love, wake up to, recognize, and repeat the mantra a few times. You do not need to say it all day long, yet, you would be surprised how often negative thoughts creep in, because they are being sent to you 24/7. Treat yourself as you would treat another. How often do you tell yourself you love you? How often, Blossom? Not much. Yet, how often do you tell family members and friends? All the time. We could rest our case. Yet, let us continue. If you could only see who you truly are. If you were to strip away for 5 seconds the human physicality, and see and feel the wondrous light that is you. You would never be able to forget it. For you would be one of the most beautiful things you had ever encountered. You. Yes, you. Each and every one. That alone, would fill you with such strength, for within that visual, you would also recognize your power. Nothing would be able to knock that out of you. 4. Once you know. You know. How can we do that? How can we see ourselves like that? That would be so helpful to know. By trusting this is truth. By trusting this is who you are. Some have stronger imaginations than others, yet, there is not one, who is unable to feel this as truth. As your beings move into the higher vibration, which they are doing at a rapid pace now, hence the physical symptoms many are experiencing, you shall be capable of actually seeing your true self, without the human form. When this happens, you change. We ask that you ask for this in meditation. Yet, do not be despondent if you are not quite ready. For understand too, that one has to be of a certain resonance in vibration in order to achieve this. It comes from higher levels, and one needs to be of a certain frequency for this to be achieved in the first place. Practice feeling the love. Breath into the love. Know you are the love. Love yourself as you would your child. Forgive yourself for all that you think you have done wrong. For it was not you in charge of these deeds. When you know this, it is easy to forgive the self, and allow love to replace any thoughts of regret. You have been living in a world that is not what you think it is. You have been bombarded with poisons to make you less than you are. You have been bombarded with thoughts that make you feel bad. You are children of the light. How can you be bad? Recognize your truth. Know you are of light, and anything and everything that feels otherwise within you, laugh at it, and say, oh no you don't. Truly. Dearest, dearest souls. Step into your power by loving yourself. If you could see yourselves as we see you, as you truly are, what you truly are, you could not do otherwise. The power of light love is within you. Know it. Be it. For you are of it. Nothing can override it, not when you know how to play the game. We have told you many times how to play. Fill your beings with joy and laughter and kindness for self and others. The opposing team crumbles at the very thought of you understanding that this is how the game works. Therefore, let not the indoctrination overtake you. It is a game, and we have told you many times before. You have won. The light has won. Feel it. Know it. It is truth. The best is yet to come. When you know this, you will not or cannot become afraid of the upheaval that lies ahead. We have spoken of this and this has not changed. Yet, we rely on your understanding of the game, no matter what, to keep you uplifted throughout. Keeping in mind, also, there are many that are oblivious to all that is taking place, and they will need you to be there for them to help them understand how this all works and where it is all heading. Into a brighter, lighter, beautiful world and a way of life that will feel so new and worth the living. Well, thanks guys. Very helpful. In gratitude. In loving service. I am.